Hey guys, I'm putting together a video of what we talked about last week. So if you were absent or if you've forgotten how to do it all, you can go back to this video that will be on Google Classroom and you can look at how exactly we did the problems. So what we talked about last week was steps to simplifying expressions. So this should be glued into your notebook. So our first thing is if we open this up, we have a couple of important vocabulary terms that we want to know what they mean. So the first thing says that they are separated by plus or minus signs. That is going to be a term. The second says that they have same variable and same exponent. That is what we call a like term. So for example, if I have x to the power of 2, in order for it to be a like term, it has to have an x and it has to have a power of 2. So for instance, 3x to the power of 2 is considered a like term. Our third definition says that we are multiplying a number by a group of numbers or variables that are added together within a set of parentheses. That is distributing. Now that we know what those three definitions are, let's look at our steps. So anytime that you need to simplify an expression, you're going to ask yourself, do I need to distribute? That's the very first question you ask yourself. When you distribute, you have parentheses. So anytime you have parentheses, you know you are going to have to distribute. If you have one set of parentheses, for instance like this, you are only going to have to distribute once. If you have two sets of parentheses, you're going to have to distribute twice. So we do have to distribute twice on this example. So I'm going to flip my tab open, and I'm just going to rewrite the expression. Okay, so we are going to have to distribute twice. So looking at this first set of parentheses, we're looking for the number directly in front of it. This one does not have a number. So when it doesn't have a number, it's going to be a 1. If we distribute that in, just like it says up here, we are multiplying. 1 times 3x will stay 3x. 1 times 7 will stay 7. Now I have my second set of parentheses that I'm going to have to distribute. So I look directly in front of it. It is a -4. So I'm distributing that -4 inside the parentheses. And we multiply. -4 times 3x gives us -12x. -4 times a -1 will give us a +4. We don't have any more parentheses, so we are done distributing. So let's look at step number 2. It says, do I need to combine like terms? So like terms we talked about up here. So let's just recap from last week. Anytime you have an x to a power of 2, what you can do to visualize it is draw a square around it. Anytime you have an x with no exponent, you can put a triangle around it. And lastly, if you have a number, so let's just say 3, you put a circle around it. So going back up to here, let's see if we have any like terms. So I don't see any squares. Now I'm going to look for my triangles. So I have a 3x. I can put a triangle around that. I have a -12x. So I'm going to put a triangle around that one, or part of a triangle. Now I'm going to look for my circles. So I have my 7 right here, and I have a 4. Now I'm going to combine only those that are like terms. So if I look for this triangle, I'm going to add it with the other triangle. So I have 3x minus 12x. When I combine those, we should get negative 9x. Those are the only triangles, so now I'm going to look for my circles. I have a 7, and I have a 4, so I'm going to combine those to get 11. So once we've simplified this expression, we get negative 9x, and we get plus 11. So we took a expression that looked like this. We did all of this work to simplify it to negative 9x plus 11. There is one more step, that's to check your work. This is using the calculator, so what you're going to go to first is y equals. This right here is what you were given at the start, so it should match. There's a little mistake here, so it is 3x and it should be minus 1. What goes in y2 is what you got as an answer. And what you need to do from there is press second, graph, and your table should match.